The summer blockbuster season is here, and Hollywood has learned that they can make a lot of money producing movies for female audiences. A few surprises in what movies women are seeing suggests that it is a good business to make movies that include more female leads. Whatever the genre, for example, Mad Max is apparently very popular with women. Joining us now is a host of Arise Onscreen, Mike Sergent. Mike, welcome back to the Exchange.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm surprised Mad Max is appealing to women.
Well, you know, part of the reason, there's a few reasons, because, you know, women will always go to a movie if there's a good-looking guy in it. That helps. But Charlize Theron has actually more screen time than Mad Max. And George Miller, the director, who directed the original three as well, went out of his way to make sure that his storyline would be appealing to women. And he hired a feminist consultant on his film.
Really? Is that a new thing to hire a feminist consultant?
I've never heard of it before. He hired Eve Ensler of the Vagina Monologues.
You mentioned that women want to see good-looking men, but don't women really want to see strong women characters?
Definitely. I mean, if you've got a good-looking guy and strong women characters, it's a win-win.
It's a home run.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What other movies are out there right now?
Well, if you look at the top box office right now, there's Mad Max Fury Road, there's Pitch Perfect 2, which is clearly a girl power movie, and it beat out Mad Max on the weekend. Mad Max has kind of caught up to it and passed it a little bit, but that's, not only is it starring mostly women, it's directed by a woman, produced by a woman, so that's in the top 10. Age of Adeline, another story that's primarily for women.
Do movies produced and directed by women do better with women, or is it hard to tell?
Well, it's hard to tell because it depends on the movie. I mean, you know, a movie like 50 Shades of Grey had a female director, but that was kind of already a slam dunk. You know what I mean? So Sam Taylor Johnson, I think, brought sensibilities to it and made it probably more women-friendly than if a male director had done it. But I definitely think that, you know, let's face it, it's the biggest kept secret in Hollywood that, you know, if you're going to the movies with your girlfriend, she's going to pick the movie.
And you know, movies we often heard that were really being produced for teenage boys, especially horror movies. And I don't think we've seen a lot of horror movies out this year. Do you think
been a lot.
There's been a lot? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not a teenage boy anymore. Though I play one on TV. Are they shifting priorities outside of that genre to appeal to adults?
You mean in terms of the who those movies appeal to? No, I think horror movies are always going to appeal to people who like the thrills. You know, horror movies, you know, get your blood going. It's scary. It's a way of releasing tension.
What I'm saying is, in the executives' offices, are they saying, you know, we should make more movies for female adults and not so much for teenage boys, or is it just they make so much money off?
I don't know. I think it's Hollywood always follows the money. So I think in the case of something like if Bridesmaids makes money, then all of a sudden you're going to see a whole lot of movies similar to that. Pitch Perfect 2, you'll see things similar to that. So I think as long as female-driven films keep making money, they'll start to make more and more. I don't necessarily think it's a trend yet, because last year, you know, you remember the statistics that were pretty sad, that there were like 12% of the top films had significant female characters.
I'm wondering, are we seeing more females in the executive suite, something that we've discussed in the before?
No, not yet.
Why is that?
You know why. I mean, you know, let's face it, it is a boys' club. Movies are a boys' club. It's run mostly by men, and most films are written, produced, directed by men, starring men. And
I want to ask you a question. I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones, and I'll throw it out there.
Course.
This past weekend's, because we're talking about women, has been widely criticized as being way over the top for the rape scene. Very misogynist. And now there's this big backlash. Is Hollywood going to take notice to that, do you think?
You know, that's an interesting question, because I don't necessarily think Hollywood's going to take notice of that so much, because if you look at TV right now, a lot of the best actresses in Hollywood are on TV. You know, from Kerry Washington in Scandal to Jessica Lange in American Horror Story. They're there on TV because the work isn't there in films.
That's really interesting. That television is maybe employing women more in more powerful roles, more cutting-edge roles.
Definitely. Look at Grey's Anatomy.
That's right. Mike Sergent, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Next week on Arise Exchange, tune in for a special Arise Exchange edition on Memorial Day. And on this holiday weekend, let's remember to honor those who have served our country. I'm Andrew Schmertz. Thanks for watching Arise Exchange. I will see you back here on Tuesday. Have a nice weekend, everybody.